Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! Welcome back, fellas. Well, it's here this morning. Not all you guys were here this morning. So, shout out to everyone who's here. What's going on, fellas? We got Bitcoin still in the range, coming down a little bit. We actually had a weird day today. We pumped up to the top of the range. We dumped down to the bottom of the range. We got a little move back up to the mid-range. And now we're coming back down again. So, very interesting day here for the corn, but I hope everyone had a fantastic 4th of July. I was gone for a few days, so shout out to the afternoon crew. I saw all the morning crew this morning. So we had a public stream this morning because Bitcoin was it's been a little shady this morning actually. But shout out to everyone who's in here. If you didn't hear, guys, I ate microwaved ribs while I was gone. So don't hate on me too much. They were the best ribs I've ever had, and I want to get confirmation on this. So. I'm going to ask Maya, and she doesn't like pork, okay? Maya, were those ribs good?
They were delicious.
Okay, see? Microwave ribs confirmed delicious, okay? So, for you guys who were hating on me this morning, they were delicious microwaved ribs. I know you guys are like, Jordan, you can't microwave the ribs, bro. You don't understand this, man. When you're 6 to 8 Miller Lights deep, you don't give a flying F, okay? You don't give a flying F how your ribs are cooked. You just want those ribs, especially when they're already cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to put them on the grill when you're 6 to 8. I probably was. I think that night I was a little bit more than that actually. But come on, man, don't hate on the microwave ribs, okay? That's all I'm saying. I wanted to get that out of the way. Jordan leading Maya down a dark path. She doesn't want to say, no, Jordan, I didn't like those ribs, because after the stream I'd be very upset. No, she actually did. I wouldn't imagine if I was like, Maya, you know what? I'm going to take you out to a nice dinner. I'll give you $20 if you just tell them that the ribs were good. I would never do that. That would be so wrong. And there's John M. Yeah, I saw John M's in here. Shout out to John M, man. I saw John M is in the chat. John, we haven't seen you in a while, man. I'm sure you were on vacation for the 4th of July, so I'm glad you're back. You didn't miss much, as Bitcoin's in the same spot, as it tends to be doing this lately, as it gets big moves and it doesn't do anything for like weeks. that seems to be what it does. All right. Should we talk some Bitcoin, or we should just talk some food today? It is, I was told by, Chewy said this. I was told by Mike that Chewy said that it is fried chicken day. It's National Fried Chicken Day today. And you guys were talking about KFC. You guys were talking about Popeyes in the freaking Discord over and over and over today. And to be quite honest, I need to get some KFC tonight. We'll see if I want to go there, though. I don't know if I want to walk all the way to freaking KFC. I ain't ordering DoorDash. That's for freaking sure. Let me tell you, man. It's National Fried Chicken today, so guys. So make sure you go out to your local restaurants, get your fried chicken. You know, if you got KFC, go support your local KFC. Go get yourself a bucket of chicken, okay? They have this new 20. All right, Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a move down here. All right, we're enough talking about food. We've been talking about food for the first 5 minutes of the stream. Anyways, Bitcoin's getting a little move down. We've been talking about, on the stream, that's, the short-term price action's kind of wacky, right? We don't really know if we're going to go up or down from the short term. I've honestly said I could see it going both ways. Now, we do have some things on the chart that are a little bit interesting. And we talked a little bit about this morning, is we had a little bit of, not a little bit, we've had multiple drives of 12-hour bearish diversions on the Bitcoin chart, right? So we talked a little bit about this morning. As Bitcoin came up, kind of made that nasty wick on this candle up here this morning. It did come back down. We got a small little bounce. We try to come back up, but we do have this like higher highs on the price and lower highs being confirmed on the 12-hour. So we have some confirmed bearish divergence on the 12-hour. And what I don't love about the Bitcoin, I guess I'll say this. I think up until this morning, it was fine. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go, baby. We're back in it. But I think the thing about this morning was when we got that big pump up, right? I was like, okay, maybe this is a little deviation. But we basically got that big move. We came back down, try to come back up, and then we found resistance on this again, right? So we're starting to come back down here again. Now, just keep in mind, we are in a range, right? This is a range for BTC. And I've seen a, over the course of the last few days, I was peeking on Twitter and peeking on Discord and stuff. And, there's a lot of people bearish right here, a lot of people bearish on this wick. I guess what's different about this one, that now that we're coming back down now, was like this ugly freaking nasty rejection candle here on the 4-hour, and also just the fact that we tried to come back up, got rejected at the mid-range, and we're just kind of flipping back over here. Now, keep in mind we are in a range, right? So let's focus on breaking this range, right? So I wouldn't be shorting Bitcoin at the bottom of the range. I think that's a little bit you never want to short of a bottom of a range, but it is interesting here. And I guess the level that if we do break down, right, I'm sort of starting with the bearish scenario here. If we do break down, right, because there are some signs that we might break down here. If we break out of the range, I think the one level everyone's kind of looking for is like 29,000, right? You got a key high back here from March at 29K, and you got the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. That also comes in right around 29K after we broke the 1-hour 200, which was holding that support here. 1, 2, 3, we broke it. Oh, we retested resistance. Now we're coming back down. So 29K is that big level everyone's kind of looking at. If we break the damn range, all right? But holy moly, we got to call Bog. Yes, Bog. You're going to dump it on us on stream right now, bro? Okay. Oh, my God. How you going to do that to us on the stream? Okay? We're trying to have a good day. We just got back from 4th of July, and you're going to do this to us? You're really going to do this to us? Oh, my God, man. Okay. Yes. I am going to dump the price on you. Yes, we had enough. We just got confirmation from Binance that all the employees quit. And we want to dump it lower. So, yes, we are going to do this right now. Dump it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Dude, Pepe is king. Yo, shout out to Drew. Shout out to Drew Durant. My homie in the chat, Drew Durant. But yeah, so that's what we got on the short-term time frames. Like, once again, Bitcoin's in a range, but there are some like interesting points where, you know, obviously we were looking at both situations. It's like, what is it going to do in the short term? We basically had two scenarios. Like, Bitcoin either just kind of rips up to the upside from this area, right, and just kind of goes up, or we were looking at option number 2, which is basically like kind of this like double top formation as we test the highs, and then we see kind of that pullback first before grinding our way back up, right? So that's kind of what we see for Bitcoin. I think from my standpoint is I'm looking for longs still at Bitcoin. 29K, interesting area. And if we get this low, right, 28.5, I think is an interesting area. If we get back to those levels, those are two key areas that I'm looking at for the corn. 29K and 28.5, I think, are the two areas that I'm looking at for some juicy longs. In the meantime, like I said, let's see if we can get there first. If we don't, it's all good. It's all good in the hood, and we kind of go with it. We kind of roll with the punches, baby. Let's see. Drew said, it's the sign of the bull market, Bat. Let's go, Drew. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's get these shakeouts out of the way, man. Like, I think the one thing that kind of got everyone scared this afternoon was this came out on Twitter. Basically, Binance senior execs quit over CZ's response to Department of Justice investigation. Right, so basically a couple of like main employees quit. So everyone's like, "Holy shit, this is bad!" Right? So all the horse guys on Twitter, you know, they're gonna do their thing over on Twitter. They're gonna do their thing over on Twitter. They're gonna be like, "Wait, what? This is ridiculous! CZ, Binance is supposed to be a family of a company. How are all the employees quitting over there? Well, that's not good. That must be bearish. That must be super bearish. I thought they were a good company. Why are all their employees quitting? That is manipulation. This must be the US government. The US government is doing this. They must be. CZ will be replaced. I must sell all my Bitcoin. This was going down to zero. Capo was right. Savvy was right. They are all right. I am out. I cannot handle this. I cannot handle this shit. Screw this market. Screw crypto. Screw investing. And screw the world. I'm done with this world. Oh God. It's getting kind of dark. It's getting kind of dark from horse guy. We don't want to go down that path, buddy. All right. It's okay. It's okay. Just if you want to sell your Bitcoin, that's fine. But you know, don't come after me. You know what I mean? Anyways, but yeah, we had this coming on, but I think the one of his employees basically said, "Yeah, I'm quitting, man. Like I'm just quitting." So like that was kind of a nothing burger. So that's kind of what we had going on today. As far as the Binance thing goes on, there's always going to be fun around Binance. I sort of said this though.
Rant alert.
If Binance makes it out of this bear market and does not go to zero, I better not hear any bullshit, okay, about Binance in the next bear market, because have gone through the absolute ringer of FUD. Like they've gone through so much FUD, so much scrutiny, so much shit, where if they make it through, right, and all ended up being bullshit, I better not hear anything about this 4 years from now. Like, no more of this shit. Please. I'm sick of the Binance FUD, man. Listen, if it ends up happening, it ends up happening. But man, they have gone through the absolute ringer with the FUD, man. Holy shiitake mushrooms. And there's probably going to be more. They're probably going through more FUD. Holy moly. Binance was the topic 15 minutes ago, yeah. Man, that is some good coffee. Yeah, I need some coffee today, guys. I'm freaking tired, man. I think I told you, I said this morning, I think. Dude, we slept in a tent. We slept in a damn tent in the last few days. And holy shit, the tent was uncomfortable. It was so uncomfortable. It was our fault, but it was so uncomfortable. It was wet, damp, cold, sound of rain nailing the tent because it had to be a freaking tropical thunderstorm the whole time we were there. Holy guacamole. Oh my lord, I'm tired. I probably got 2 hours of sleep like the night before. The night before. You guys that have kids, you're probably like, I got 2 hours of sleep every single damn day. Right? You guys are like, oh, suck it up, buttercup. Like, oh, you think you didn't sleep? I've slept a total of 6 hours this whole week. My kid doesn't sleep, all right? So who do you think you are? You slept in a damn tent. I don't sleep, all right? Suck it up. Grow some calluses, you freak. You guys are like, oh, I have kids. You know, you think yours is bad. Anyways, back on topic. Oh, Hoff's got some barbecue. Shout out to Hoff's. Hoff's, I hope your barbecue is fire.
We're going to the moon.
Absolute fire. Guys, should I get fried chicken tonight? I need to ask you guys in the chat. It's National Fried Chicken Day. Should I get? I told Bath I was getting KFC. He's getting KFC. Okay. Well, he said he was getting KFC. So I mean I can't lie. So I might have to get some KFC tonight. Maj, I might have to get some KFC tonight. Okay. She told me to get it. She's not going to judge me for getting KFC. So we might have to get some KFC. There we go. Shout out. I'm bullish on the KFC. And my stomach is not bullish on it, but that's okay. We'll be over. I said there's no way Jordan erected that tent. Yeah, I did. Me and Maya put it together. We only got in one little fight. That's okay. It was no, it wasn't a fight. I'm being dramatic. I got you know how it is when you put something together with someone and you just guys constantly like it's like no, I know how to do it. No, this way. It was like that for like 2 minutes, and then I think she realized I was like kind of getting frustrated. She was like, I'm just gonna let him do his thing, which is awesome. Yes, and her way is the better way. My way was trash. Do yourself a favor and get Bojangles. I don't think we have Bojangles down here, or I would totally try it. I think KFC is the best fried chicken, man. I almost never eat fried chicken. I can't tell you the last time I probably had fried chicken, but I think KFC has the best fried chicken in the world. If I'm gonna get it, which is like once a year. I never get fried chicken. Anyways, so back to BTC. Right, we're still kind of holding this range. Let's see how the range plays out. I just think there is some causes of caution up at resistance, and whenever you're at resistance, you should be a little bit cautious, right? I don't think you should be FOMOing in at resistance. You should be buying pullbacks. And like I said, I'm looking to long 29K for a couple different reasons, and then 28.5 would be like the ultimate long. If we start breaking below 28.5, I think that's where it gets a little bit suspect. In my opinion, we probably don't want to go below 28.5. So I think anything below that, you're sort of scratching your head. You're trying to go back to the drawing board. But these two levels, I think, are key levels that we can look for some longs possibly in here. Other than that, I think the weekly is, we obviously have a pretty ugly weekly. I like to wait for the weekly closes. So we'll see how this weekly close ends up. At the end of the day, we've had a few weeklies like this that look horrible, and then we end up closing fine. So let's see where we're at the end of the week. For all we know, like this is how the weekly candle looks, and 3 days from now, the weekly candle will be back up at the highs. You never freaking know, right? So let's wait for the weekly candle to close, and then we have a couple other things, but as far as the high term time frames, it's a lot of the same stuff, right? I mean, indicators showing that Bitcoin's in an uptrend. I think we already know that. I don't think there's a cause of concern for the overall trend. I just think short term might see a little bit of a dump, right? But I think the overall trend still remains bullish. I don't think I need to explain that to you guys. I think you get that. As long as Bitcoin kind of just makes let's get low, higher high, low, higher low, higher high. Higher low, we come back up. Now, if Bitcoin does see a little bit of a pullback, we just want to make a higher high, right? Anywhere above 25K, preferably not below like 28.5, but we just want to see another higher low come in on the corn now. So that is the corn on the cob, right? We love some corn. Oh, we had multiple corn on the cob this week, guys. Corn on the cob, most underrated vegetable, in my personal opinion. Altcoin took my lunch money. Oh yeah, Altcoin got sent today. FTM got sent to the shadow realm today. I don't know if you saw that. FTM got absolutely sent to the shadow realm. I got a nice couple longs on FTM today, but man, it got sent to the shadow realm today. I think it's still getting sent to the shadow realm. Yeah, this thing is still getting sent to the shadow realm. So like, FTM getting sent pretty hard down. Down almost 10% today on FTM. Nothing else is down like too much today. It's actually a pretty slow day. Besides, I mean, Bitcoin. I mean, it's because Bitcoin is what, down 1-2% today. Let's keep an eye on Bitcoin. Really, the big losers so far today: FTM down 10%, ApeCoin down 7%. You got Lido down 6%, Litecoin down 6%, Pepe down 5%. But not too many huge losers. Now, what happens when Bitcoin breaks this low? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when it gets a pretty little sketchy. So let's keep an eye on Bitcoin here. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame, just because I think we're going to want to watch some of these major levels in here. So here we go, baby. Let's see if we can break the range. Or will we hold the range again? I won't be surprised. It's a freaking range. Let's see, man. Who's long in this range low? Let me know. Who's long in the range low? And who's sitting out of the range low? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I think what would make sense, I mean, just kind of looking at this range, right? So if we are to break the range to the downside here, which, once again, let's see if the range breaks. Obviously, we have a few wicks, right? There's like 29.5. We could get it. Maybe we get a small bounce off 29.5. You know what I mean? Or maybe we have to take out both these lows, right? And that's why 29K makes some sense. Just because you're taking out this wick, you're taking out this wick, right? So let's see. Dynasty Wolf said I'm long. He's long and slow. Anderson sitting this out. I don't blame you for sitting this one out, man. I think the time to long was the first bounce this morning. Now we're coming back down again. I think it's a little bit more sketchy the second time we're going to come down this morning, right? Or I guess it's not morning anymore. I think it's the afternoon at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the damn afternoon. Let's see. Algo dips a little lower and I'm buying more. Let's see. Because at the end of the day, right? So this is kind of where we're at for this. I would say, let me see if we have anything popping up here for the corn. Other than us being at the range low. I don't see any type of I don't see any bullish divergence yet, right? And I guess, what would I want to see some bullish divergence? We're probably not going to make it. That's like the one kind of thing that's interesting in here, right? We're gonna have lower lows on market cipher in here, and we're also gonna have lower lows on price. So we're not gonna have that bullish divergence in here like we did earlier. Like this one, we basically had lower lows and higher lows coming in on market cipher. So we got a nice little bounce. This time we're probably not going to see any of that bullish divergence here. Not on the 5-minute, not on the 15-minute. So I'm not really seeing anything that's like shouting out like, let's go, right? Like I did this morning. So that's kind of what we got for the corn. So we're going to keep an eye on this, man. We might get some action on the stream. Holy shit, it's not the action we want necessarily, but it's the action we deserve. It's the action we deserve after going on vacation for a few days. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Who's short? Who's shorted here? Anyone short some altcoins? Anyone short some BTC? I took a few trades today. Like I said, I longed BTC once. I longed FTM twice. I got stopped out on Bitcoin on another trade. And I shorted Gala today. But I already closed that one. I wish I had it open. I still wish I had that one open, but I already closed it. Freaking, I already closed it, bro. Oh! It's okay. You can't win them all, right? It's not Pokemon. You can't catch them all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not playing Pokemon out here. All right, we're back down at the bottom of the range. Let's see if Bitcoin can get a bounce off the bottom of the range or if it's going to break lower. Let's see what we got here, fellas. We got some action here on the charts. Let's go to like the 1 hour. Let's zoom in a little bit, shall we? But we are back down at that bottom of that range. This little dotted line is the bottom of the range here. We did get a slight bounce off the bottom of the range. So let's see what's cooking here. Pepe 2.0. Nice, dude. Pepe 2.0 went up like 110%. If you caught that one, nice, man. It's so funny. Pepe 2.0. It's like we're running out of names for coins, so we're just naming things like 2.0, like 3.0. Soon it's going to be 10.0. In 2025, when there's 100K coins, it's going to be like Bitcoin 33.1. That's going to be the new thing. You know what I mean? All right. So anyways, so we talk a little about the corn. I know the corn's kind of the topic of conversation here because everything's going to kind of follow the corn. Ethereum Let me just look at Ethereum here. So Ethereum kind of got rejected again off this August high. So, you know, I guess the thought process with Ethereum, and if we're kind of going to zoom in here again, I think what we're going to want to hold for ETH, if we're going to see a little bit of a move back for the corn, is once again at the bull market support bands, right? So the bull market support bands coming in right here at like 1809. So depending on where Bitcoin bounces, right now it's trying to hold this range low. Like it's clinged to this range low, right? So I guess if Bitcoin's gonna break the range low, which we'll see, right? We don't really know yet. It could hold, it could not hold. We'll see. But you know, I guess ETH, we want to hold this bull market support band, which kind of has been support multiple times in here. That's coming in right here at like 1800, which I guess is actually kind of funny because it would take out this low, right? It would take out this 1815 low, which would be like kind of like a nice little swoop, take out that low, and then we get a little bounce in there. It's kind of what I'm looking at for Ethereum. We deviated it, can it come down, bounce right around like 1800 in that area, which actually it's funny that kind of matches in with all these lows from over here. You see all those lows? Oh yeah, there's some juicy lows in here. This area makes some sense for ETH right there. Right there. Looks kind of juicy for Ethereum right there. Once again, this is assuming Bitcoin breaks down, which it might not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's anything I learned about the corn, is always trust support as support until it's not, right? And always trust resistance until it's resistance until it's not. I think that's one of the biggest things I've had to learn is like, dude, we're at support, like trust it, or we're at resistance, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of have to think that way. Drunk Bear said, how do I fat finger waiting for reassuring? Drunk Bear, how do I fat finger waiting for reassuring? Drunk Bear, you must be drunk as hell because I don't understand what you said, man. Oh, man. Let's see. One more year of bear market. Here we go. Oh, Lord. One more year of bear market, bro. Brian said there wasn't enough money to push BTC up. A double top formed. Oh, Lord. I mean, I could say the same thing, right? I mean, I guess the bears are trying to push the price down, right? And to be honest, I think they can certainly push it lower here. My question is, which I guess is fine, right? Is if we do get that pullback, you know, will we do something like we've seen in the past, right? So we looked at option number one, where Bitcoin kind of just goes sideways and then gets a move up, right? Like this. So we're still kind of in that, right? But we're kind of fighting that support. And then option number two, which is this level right here, right? Which we basically would show that we get, right? We come up, make a little double top, 1, 2. We get a little pullback in here. My question is, if we see something like this, which we've seen before, right? This is basically the 2015 cycle. We've kind of done something similar in here, where we basically came up, we consolidated, we got a dump back down to support, we came back up, right? And I think we could be somewhere right here, where this would show a deeper pullback and then kind of a grind to the upside, right? And this would be horrible. Like, this would be like so boring, right? This would be just boring as shit. But this is also kind of an option in here. And I've constantly been saying, like, I don't know which one we're going to do, but ultimately I think they lead to the same kind of conclusion, which I think is we go higher, right? I just don't know which way we do it. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm going to be able to predict the 1 hour time frames when no one really can, right? You might be able to predict the next move, but predicting 7 days from now, I think you don't really know, right? So that's where we're at, right? We're still at support at the moment. I would say I think the bears might be getting kind of overzealous a little bit, considering the fact that they still can't break it below 30K. Like the bears can't even break 30K, right? And they like I said, they might do it now, but they've been struggling to break 30K, man. Like, it's taken multiple tries to break 30K. You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna do it, you still can't push it down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit, holy goddamn shit. Chewy said I predicted every move today. Chewy predicted every move. Chewy, this morning you said we were going lower, right? Before we popped back up. Just saying, Chewy. I love you, man. But I got to call you out. Let's see. RSI daily not reset yet. Let me see. RSI daily. RSI on the daily. Like you talk about the normal RSI? It doesn't have to fully reset all the way. Let me see. Let me see the normal RSI. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You're basically back at a 50 on the daily RSI. So that's fine of a reset. Like, you don't have to make it come all the way back down. Unless we're talking about the stock RSI, which the daily stock RSI has been bottomed out here, for the past week or so, Let's see. We will not break 32K wall. BlackRock want them cheaper. Nice. John said only BTC can go below 30K. It was being put in imploding submergible. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it does. Anyways, besides the Bitcoin talk, I still think this is where we are for altcoins, right? So I know there's going to be a lot of, oh my God, altcoins are down today. But we say, like, this is kind of how the bottom forms, right? And I'm going to stick by this. I know this is not the popular opinion, but I'm going to stick by this. And I do think the altcoins are forming their bottom formation, and they're at the last leg of this Wyckoff formation, right? Where we have 1, 2, 3, right? And we have the first low, second low, the spring phase. And we've talked about in the spring phase, right? We could see multiple kind of moves up, pullbacks, moves up, pullbacks. It's not going to be a straight shot. So what we want to see for the altcoins here, right, is basically just a higher low come in, right? So any type of move down is cool. It's all good, right? What we want to see is basically just a higher low, right? Basically stay above this December low, which is cool, right? If you look at the Wyckoff schematic in here, shout out to you. Take some shots, boys. Take some shots with a Wyckoff. Basically, if you look at it in here, you did see move up, pull back, move up, pull back. It's not a straight shot. So as this pulls back, which is cool, we just want to stay below, above the December low, right? We stay above there. It's all good in the hood. And it is what it is, right? I mean, it's a red week. You're going to have red weeks. It is what it is. And we just kind of work our way in here, right? And I do think that we're gonna form something in here, which is the bottom of the altcoin market. It's not gonna feel comfy, right? You're not just gonna like go up 100% in a day on all of them. Once again, that last leg is not gonna feel comfy. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with Bitcoin at a high. As Bitcoin's at a high, right? It's not gonna feel comfy to have in the altcoins because everyone will say, what if Bitcoin nukes? What if Bitcoin goes back down to 15K, right? That's always going to be the kind of the saying is like, what if Bitcoin goes down to 14K again? What's going to happen to the altcoin market, right? That's why it's not going to feel comfy. You know what I mean? And I get that, right? So it's natural to think that way of like, oh my God, what if Bitcoin nukes? Like, altcoins will be absolutely fried. And I think that's, I get why you'd say that. I get why you'd say that, right? But the same standpoint, if I'm looking at what I think for Bitcoin, which is dips are for buying, right? And I think even if Bitcoin does come lower here or here, I'm looking to long it back up higher, right? Kind of plays into my altcoin view, which is they're gonna get little pumps up. They're gonna kind of just make higher lows in here until eventually they get that move up, right? Which I think will come at some point, probably when Bitcoin is up a little bit higher, in my personal opinion. So that's the altcoin market. I think, like I said, you can just look at the altcoin market just with total 3 minus stable coins. And we can leave it at that. No, we can talk about some altcoins too, but that's still my thought process with the altcoins, man. It's all good, right? You're going to have the red days. It's not going to be green every single day. It's not going to be green every single week. You got to kind of work your way in here, right? Work it, right? Work it. Oh, my God, I'm spilling coffee all over my keyboard. Last time I did that, my keyboard broke. We're not going to do that this time. We ain't going to do that this time, boys. We ain't breaking no keyboards tonight, okay? We ain't breaking no keyboards tonight. I only breaking a keyboard when Bitcoin breaks all-time highs because I'll be so pumped I'll like break it on my head. And I won't care. I will break the damn keyboard on my head when Bitcoin breaks all-time highs. You got a deal, all right? Hold me to that. You guys remember I said this. When Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, I will take this keyboard right here, okay? And I will smash it and break it in two on my head. And I don't care if I get a concussion. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to do. Let's ski. Yo, shout out to Scotty Swing. Loving Scotty Swings in the chat, man. Chewy said, are you sure it's coffee? Yeah, it's coffee, man. I needed a little bit wake up. I needed a little wake up, man. I was feeling a little tired today. Like I said, I had a good night's sleep yesterday, but man, I think what it is when you feel like you need sleep, you need at least 2 or 3 days to kind of get back into your groove, right? I think that's kind of how it is. Yo, we got all the hundreds popping up in the chat. Look at that. Are you guys pressing those 100 emojis in the chat? Like, why are those popping up like that? I like that. It gets me hyped. It gets me so hyped, man. Keep pressing the 100 emojis in the chat. You guys keep pressing that shit? I see hearts. I see weird faces. I see balloons. Holy moly. Riding on 22s. Oh, look at you. Is that the dragon from Only Up? Shout out to you, man. Coffee and gin. No, there's no gin in here, man. There's no gin. We had enough of the alcohol in the last 3 days. In those 3 days, man. Enough. I'm still sweating it out at this point, man. You know. What you doing with coffee? It's 2:32 a.m. It's not 2:32 over here, man. Listen, it's not 2:32. I need to stay awake for my fried chicken tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, that KFC box is waiting for me. All right? You guys see that, though? There's a new $20 KFC box. And it hooks you up with a bunch of chicken tendies, chicken nuggets, little chicken wings. You get 4 little sauces. I'm telling you, search that shit. And I told you, it's chicken day. It's chicken day, fellas. So make sure you're getting your chicken tenders in, because you need your chicken tenders. Make sure they're fried chicken tenders, though. No grilled. Don't be going to Chick-fil-A today. All right? No Chick-fil-A. Keep it fried today, because it's fried chicken day. Draco said you couldn't pay me to eat at KFC. You're missing out, man. KFC is the greatest fried chicken in the world. Right? Actually, let's do a poll. This is a great poll. Let's ask this. Let's see. What fried chicken is the best? Let's do this. Okay. We're going to do KFC. We're going to do Popeyes. Some of you guys said Bojangles. Okay. I never had Bojangles, but we'll put it. Bojangles, and who else has some good fried chicken, fellas? I don't know. We can keep it at those, though. We can keep it at those. I don't even know if anyone has any other things there. Someone said, aren't you on a diet? I'm on my own diet, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get a lot of exercise, so like I can eat a lot and kind of get away with it. I walk a lot. I go to the gym every day, right? So I exercise a lot, so I can get away with eating like shit. I don't eat like shit every day. It might seem like I do because I tell you guys that I do, but I really don't. I really don't. And the days that I do, I usually like fast during the day, and I get something and eat like shit at night. You know what I mean? That's usually what I do. You guys keep. Oh my lord. Raising Cane's? Raising Cane's is pretty good. I'll say that. All right, 30,010 for BTC. As we're still kind of holding here. Once again, we might be looking for lower prices on the Bitcoin sizzle. The Bitcoin sizzle, but that's all good, fellas. That's all good. Prepare your buy orders, fellas, because that's like I said. I'm going to remind you guys, okay? The bears might win the short term, which I think is certainly possible. The bears might win the short term. But the bulls are coming for those bears. I mean, they've already came for the bears the whole year. But we're going to be coming for the bears again very, very soon. And this sword will be stuck right up their ass. And I will remind you guys again, your kids will ask you, okay? If you guys don't have kids yet, they will remember this, okay? And I'm telling you, they'll remember this. Or if you already have kids, they're going to ask you now, Dad, why don't we have any Bitcoin? I sold all the BlackRock at 29K. They're going to be asking you this. Okay, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna be asking you this question. So, if you're gonna do it, just be prepared for the answer that they give you. Right? Be prepared for the answer that they give you, or you know, and you know, deal with it. You're gonna have to deal with the consequences of telling your child you sold Bitcoin at 29K, the BlackRock. You know what I'm saying? So just letting you know, you're gonna have to tell them. I'm not going to have to tell them. But, when and if we do go down there, which I think is certainly possible, you're going to have to tell your kids you sold your Bitcoin to BlackRock at 29K. Chicken livers at churches are good. I've never had a chicken liver. And I never want to have a chicken liver. That sounds disgusting. I want nothing to do with a chicken liver, a chicken heart, a chicken brain. None of that shit. None of that freaking shit. Game Creeper said we would bounce at 28K. We could. Listen, everyone's going to guess where we get a bounce in here. That's sort of the fun of it. Like I said, the two levels I'm watching are 29K and about 28.5. Those are the two levels that I'm looking in there. Just logical levels, right? Previous highs, moving averages, all coming in around those levels. So that's why those are the two levels I'm looking at in there. Other than that, that's pretty much what we got. I mean, mostly everything's down today, as Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a down day. So you're going to see most of the altcoins go down, which is cool. And we're going to continue to build out this bottom phase in here for the altcoins, in my personal opinion. I know most people won't agree because we like to be bearish at the lows and bullish at the highs. But as always, once again, I think we're going to form that base for the altcoins in here. And there's a few that I'm looking at on a pullback. Once again, not right now, just because I don't know what Bitcoin's going to do here in the short term. But on a pullback, there's a few that I'm interested in, right? That I think are at some interesting levels. Once again, not now. I think there's a time and place for some of these. I think one of them already moved today, right? But I was looking at the Bitcoin pair the other day, and you have multiple good signs in Solana. It's not just because it's up today. I think there's multiple good things on Sol, right? If you come over to the weekly, you basically got like sort of this double low on the weekly, and basically at this level here, which has been huge in the past for Sol, right? 1, 2, and you kind of deviated that low and came back up. I think Sol Bitcoin looks really, really nice on a pullback, right? I wouldn't be FOMOing in today. On a pullback, I think it looks pretty good on the Bitcoin pair. And also the other one that I was looking at is Matic, which Matic is also, let's go over to Matic. So Matic, BTC, right? Matic, BTC. Let's bring this up. There we go. So Matic BTC has been in this range, right? It's been in this range since May of 2021. Once again, for the USD, I'm waiting for a damn pullback, all right? We don't be FOMOing into green candles, right? So wherever Bitcoin ends up going, if Bitcoin's going to break this level, you might see Matic drop like 10, 15%. Okay. I'm looking at Matic BTC. It's got this nice range, right? This nice little range. It's almost like a little oscillator here. So what way I'm looking at it is, okay, you got to bounce here. You got to bounce here. You're back down at that range low, right? So I think, and there's a lot of fun with Matic around Celsius, right? So everyone's like, so Celsius, right?
Rant alert.
Oh, Celsius. They're selling all their Matic. You know what I mean? Oh my God, the Matic sellers. I think now that you come back down here and you sort of made a double low, right? You came back down, wicked, came back up, came back down again, hit that low, got a nice little bounce. I think on a Bitcoin pull, a deeper Bitcoin pullback, right? I might be looking at some Matic because of the Bitcoin pair. Just up, down, up, down, up, down. I think playing the range until it doesn't work is an interesting take. So Matic's another one. I really like the chart. So it's again, as I see some alts that I like, I will tell you guys, right? And I like the Sol and Matic BTC pairs, and that is that. That is that. And those are the next two I'm looking at on a BTC pullback. Once again, I've already bought in some Chainlink. I've already bought in Bitcoin Cash. I've already bought in Litecoin. I've already bought in some XRP. I've already bought in some Ethereum Classic. All the Dino coins mostly. But there's some ones that I think look pretty interesting here from that perspective. Time to buy more Ape? Nice, dude. He wants to buy some Ape coin. I don't want to buy any Ape coin. I don't want to buy any Ape coin, but if Ape coin's your thing, hey man, by all means, be an ape. Be an ape. I will do it. Let's see. Let me see if you guys are saying pig necks or bear. Pig neck? Bro. How do you eat a pig neck? How do you eat a neck, bro? Like, that shit must be hard, man. Oh my god, on a pig neck? Oh my god, dude. Imagine eating your own neck. Like, go like this, guys. You can kind of like move your neck like this. Imagine gnawing on your own neck. Like, what the frick? I'm good eating a neck, bro. Like, that just sounds disgusting to me. And maybe it's good. But man, a neck sounds pretty disgusting. Bass said, well, first you cook it. But bro, like, even if you cook it, man, just go like this. And you can like hear like shit going on in there. Or like kind of feel shit going on. Like, I don't want to eat no neck, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can get some neck. We can get some damn neck. But we don't want to eat no damn neck. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Rant alert.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll eat some chicken, but I don't want no neck. And we'll get some neck, right? I don't want to eat no neck. All right, so we got BTC. So I saw Brian talking shit about BNB. I think the other thing to watch is BNB, right? So I mean, I don't like spread and FUD, and like I don't want anything to happen in BNB. That's why I you know. But if we go over to like BNB, right? Because I know that's kind of the whenever it gets down to support, that's kind of the talk, right? And I guess it's always fun kind of saying the what if scenarios. You know, and I know everyone's kind of looking at BNB. And listen, I get it, right? I get the standpoint of looking at the BNB chart and being like, damn, this looks like shit. From the perspective of, not because it's at support, right? From the perspective of, oh my God, it looks almost like FTT. Like it looks like the same thing as FTT. You know what I mean? So, like, I get that. But at the same point, like, man, you're at an interesting spot for Binance. Interesting spot for Binance, and this is kind of the one thing I think, you know, I am bullish on Bitcoin. And I think we're going higher. The one thing that would kind of throw that off is something to do with Binance. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of the one thing, even as a bull, you kind of like be like, oh shit, man, like I hope everything's good over there. And I don't want to spread FUD. Like, I hate spreading FUD, man. I think, you know, I try to be positive, but I know everything's not always positive. So, I mean, Binance is back at support. Okay, here we go again. We've been down here multiple times. And the chart does look like FTT. Okay, so take it as what you will. But we definitely want to see Bitcoin get a bounce so Binance can get a bounce. Because if Binance starts coming back down here and starts breaking below the support, man, I mean, you really could be cooking here. You don't got much below here, right? And you've seen this price action before, right? You've seen this price action before for Binance. That's the funny part, right? Look at this. Look at this price action right here. It's almost a fractal. Does anyone else notice this? Right? So it's almost like a bigger fractal of this thing up here. Look at this. So you had basically the big peak, okay? Big peak. Came back down, formed a double low. Got that second big push up, made a lower high, right? So look what we did back in this previous bull market, right? Big peak. Came back down to support. Came back up, made a lower high. And then what did we do? We made our way back down to that support again, right? Right down here. We came our day back down to support down here, right? We basically, and then what did we do? We actually chopped sideways for a little bit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 weeks we went sideways in here. This time it's been longer, right? Long time sideways in here. But then what did we do? Then we kind of dropped the floor out, right? The floor dropped out and we puked, right? We puked down here. And we actually, you know, once again, like this jumped about 60%, okay? 60% in here. If we look at this, okay, and like I said, I'm not saying this is going to dump 60%, but I do see like a similarity back to over here to 2018. Slightly, a slight similarity back to 2018. And then we nuked, and then we actually came up to make a new high, right? So it's not all like, you know, whatever. But, you know, if this did break support, right, and I'm just going to do a little bit of dubious speculation, okay? That would put you at like $100. You know what I'm saying? So interesting. I think it's very interesting. Like, it's very similar to over here, just like on a bigger time scale. And I think it's something to keep an eye on in there. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. But you definitely want to see Bitcoin get a bounce, so this gets a bounce. You know what I mean? Because like, if this starts to roll over and this starts to roll over, it could get kind of interesting in there. So, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I don't want to spread FUD. But when there is similarities on a chart, I guess it's not really FUD. It's just kind of looking at the chart, I guess. You know what I mean? BNB needs to wake off. BNB needs to wake off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it needs to whack off a little bit, just slightly needs to whack off. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the Binance chart. I don't, like I said, I don't want to get too bearish at support, but we have seen this price action before, right? We actually saw this twice, to be fair. Like, we actually saw it here too. That's the funny part, right? So we've seen it 3 times. Big peak, came back down, double bottom, came back up, lower high, came back down, nuked below that support, came back up, new high, right? So we've actually seen this fractal once, twice, and now we're seeing it 3 times. You know, so like, just keep an eye on it. Once again, like I said, not here to spread FUD, just here to just point out what I see. So that is BN Bizzle, my nizzle, my homies. Let's see. Bao said, no, don't short it. I wouldn't short it at support. I mean, I guess it depends on what time frame you're looking at. Like, if we're going to the weekly, I mean, you're kind of at support, right? If you go to the 1 hour, right, it's obviously going to look different, and you might be able to short it. I don't know, but once again, don't FOMO short and don't FOMO long, right? Look, if you're going to short, wait for a little bit of a bounce and then short. If you're going to long, wait for a little bit of a dip and then long, you know? Quee photo of the Cheeto door. We did. Bath, I can't do that, man. I don't want to put the Cheeto door on the Binance chart. That's so wrong, man. Like, I don't want to go there. We're not going down that path.
Rant alert.
Oh my god, where we start like putting the freaking Cheeto right here. We don't want to do that, man. Oh Lord. Okay. I can't do that, man. Listen, I can't do that, man. Let's see. Blacklock is just a prologue. The fact is they still need to buy at the bottom. Who knows? They might have already done it. You never know. You never know. Bass said, you know that's a Cheeto. Listen, like I said, I hate, you guys know me. I hate being like that. I hate being a fudster, man. It's just, dude, I mean, it's so like this, and it's so like this. It's just so like those 2 areas, man. It's just, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, and that doesn't mean it's like, but like, I don't know. Is it just me? You guys see this? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you see it or you just think I'm crazy. Do you guys see it or am I crazy? Let me know in the chat. Like, I need you guys to tell me if I'm crazy, man. Like, it's cool if you want to say I'm crazy. I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna FUD, I'll kick you in the bear balls. So they're gonna be rainbow. Oh Lord. The CEO factor. Daily candle on Bitcoin does look brutal. It does look kind of brutal, man. I guess Bitcoin's an interesting spot. I will say that. I will say that. It's an interesting spot. I will agree that the daily candle looks pretty brutal, right? The big move up and the big move down today was definitely like, before that, it was whatever. We were just going sideways. But that big move up today, and then just that instant sell-off with not really any bad news, right? And there was, like, if we pumped and there was bad news, I'd be like, okay, I guess that kind of makes some sense, right? But we basically just, like, went up and then we just got turbo nuked back down, right? It was a fast move back down, right? So, and then you combine that with the fact where you got a little bearish divergence on the daily, you got a little bearish divergence on the 12-hour, right? I think you got to be cautious, right? There's no reason not to be cautious, right? And all cautious means, in my opinion, is I wouldn't be buying up here, right? If you're going to be buying, just wait for the pullbacks. That's all basically being cautious means. It doesn't mean I'm overly bearish, Just means I could see a pullback in the short term. That's all. That's all. And then I'm just pointing out things on the BNB chart, right? But I can't talk about BNB anymore. You guys are gonna kick me in the ball sack, and my ball sack's gonna be rainbow apparently. So no more BNB FUD. You know, don't rage at me. Said, what's going on, bro? Oh man, he's coming in hot.
Wrap up. We're going to the moon.
He's coming in real hot with the gifted membership. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, bro. Weird word that he should know how to pronounce. What? Qui? Qui? It's Qui, man. Come on. Come on, dude. Let's see. Just not where you want it to go. Yeah. But that's that, guys. Like I said, a lot of it's the same shit, right? I'm talking more short-term time frame today. A lot of the high-term time frames it's still the same shit, right? Still expecting higher prices. It's just a matter of working our way in here, going through the boring phase, and kind of working itself out, right? I think that's my overall takeaway here is, you know, we had two options. We had option number one. We come up to the highs, we pull back, and then we work our way up. Or we had option number two. Well, this was option number one, or we just kind of, you know, consolidated and work our way back up, right? We still both are valid at this point. It's just a matter of which one I think plays out. Just because, like I said, we've seen this price action for Bitcoin back in 2015 and 2019. So I don't think it's anything to be like super surprised about. And what better to shake more people out than a little bit of a dip down to 28.5, where you get all the 20, you know, you get all the 10Kers coming back, and everything just feels right at home, right in the bear market, right? Where you start getting all the 10K calls and everything's going to zero and all this shit. Meanwhile, right, once again, I think the altcoin market still could come down and test these December lows again, but I think it's going to be in the process of building out a bottom formation in here over the course of the next few months, right? It's not going to be something that happens right away. It's going to be like, you know, a multi-month process of working our way at these lows and just kind of chipping away in here, in my opinion. Like I said, the only thing that could change that is obviously Binance implodes. You know, I guess if you want to predict it, by all means do you. I'm not going to predict the Binance implosion, but that's sort of the one thing that's kind of left in the air, I think, in my opinion, is sort of something like that. But once again, that would be just a total black swan, and you know, once again, that's not something that you don't want to happen, or you should be sort of you shouldn't want that to happen. I've said that before. Like, you don't want Binance to implode. Like, if that happens, that would just be horrible, and that would just be horrible. I mean, Binance owns a shitload of Bitcoin. You know, like, you don't want that to happen, man. So yeah, I think that's about where we're at, fellas. Yeah. Mike said, Jordan, please Qui, and remember when I said epitome? That's the epitome. That's the epitome of the chart. Now, I know now it's epitome, okay? It's epitome. I used to say epitome or epitome. That was funny, man. You guys gave me shit for that for like a week straight of me saying epitome. I'm glad I don't say epitome anymore. Holy shit. The epitome. Teresa said, what happened on that move? I really hate whales sometimes. Oh, this move right here? Like that big fast move up and fast move down? I don't know. Like, there wasn't anything, and you guys know I'm not a big news guy, right? So usually on something like this, it's because people get afraid of, and there's some FUD that came out, and it's like, oh my God, Bitcoin's breaking up, FUD dump. But up here, there was like no FUD. It was just, we pumped and we dumped, which tells me, and when I see something like that tells me that there's probably something coming that they have in their back pocket as far as FUD. And like I said, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world, right? It could be something like Coinbase sues Binance or Coinbase, which marked the low, right? But like a move like this without any type of major news tells me that they have something in their back pocket that if Bitcoin got a bounce, they would release it and nuke it back down, right? Which, once again, I'll continue to say, if they drop any bad news, right, it's for buying, right? This whole move up for Bitcoin since 15K, every single bad news that has come out has marked a low, right? So I'm almost I don't want to say this. I'm almost hoping they drop some FUD because I've known that's when everyone starts panic selling because of the FUD, that's the time to buy. So I'm sitting here like, if Bitcoin's gonna nuke, give us some FUD with it, man. Give us that FUD printer, you know, like kind of like the money printer. Like, give us the FUD printer, man. If you're gonna do it, just give it to us now. Give it to us straight. You know what I'm saying? Give it to us straight. Because I always like to say that, you know, I know it's sort of whatever, but right? FTX low, stablecoin DPEG low, Coinbase, Binance, SEC, SU low, right? All marked major lows. So if they're gonna give us some FUD, just freaking do it, man. Just do it. Lower. I feel like CZ has enough high power crypto allies to keep the BNB price at a reasonable price level. They know if he goes down, everyone loses. That's very true, Envy. That's very, very true. He has his buddies like Justin Sun and probably some other high-tech buddies. You know, I don't know if he's really buddy with like Vitalik or Charles Hoskinson or anything like that. Considering that, I guess those are like semi-competitors in a way. I guess Tron is too. But yeah, he definitely has a lot of buddies. And you just don't know what goes on behind the scenes. That's the thing, right? So you would think, okay, CZ has all these other companies that are, you know, and projects that are huge buddies with them, right? They'll help them out. You know, they don't want Binance to go down because if Binance goes down, Bitcoin goes down, and then all their little altcoins go down too, right? So they don't want that. So you might be right. Who knows? And I would tend to agree with you too, because I know he does have some buddies. He does have a lot of buddies, little buddies. But that's a really good point, Envy. Appreciate the super chat, man. And I completely agree with you on that one. Him and his buddies will try everything to keep this price up, right? And ultimately, like, they've been very successful at keeping this price up. So once again, we're at support. It's just something to think about, right? It's an idea, right? It's an idea. That's all you got to say. It's an idea. And actually, imagine if like this broke down, right? It broke down and actually reclaimed, and this breakdown was like the cause of everyone panicking, right? And that actually marked the low of everything. Was when basically everyone's like, "Oh my God, Binance is dropping low support," right? And then you get that basically major capitulation and everything because everyone thinks like Binance is going to implode, and then it actually deviates back into the range. And then everyone's like, oh shit, it didn't. You know what I mean? And then then that's like, okay, let's freaking go, you know? Just stop. Obviously, we're just kind of spitballing at this point, man. Bitcoin's back down to support though, guys. So, like we said, a little bit of bearish div on BTC on the 12-hour, right? A little bit of an ugly daily candle. Kind of changed a lot of things in the short term here. So, we're looking at 29K is that major support level in there. 29K, fellas. If we break the range. If we break the little range. The number 4 thing worked for a while. Anderson, it's so true, man. That's the funny thing. It's like his little gig, you know? Where he comes out and he's like, 4! Guys, I'm putting 4 up. Hold the line. 4! 4! I'm just being funny, man. Like, it's all good. Clint said, take off the raid. Clint said, take off the Ray Charles glasses already. The CZ, the best of all scammers, but his time is coming. Take off the Ray Charles glasses. You know what, Clint? I think you got the Ray Charles glasses, bro. Jordan, take off those friggin' glasses, man. Christ, this guy is a freaking idiot. Doesn't he see what's right in front of him? Like Christ, man. Jordan's got no calluses. He's blind. And he couldn't even sleep in a tent for 2 days. And he microwaved his ribs. He microwaved his freaking ribs. What kind of man microwaves ribs? Freaking pathetic, man. Pathetic. Don't microwave your damn ribs. That is literally the epitome. The epitome of pathetic. Anyways, Bitcoin's breaking down. So let's see. Let's see what we got, fellas. Like I said, 29K. Actually, let's just keep it on the 4-hour here because we got the 200 EMA on the 4 hours coming in at 29K, along with some previous highs at 29K. So that's kind of the first major level I'm looking at if Bitcoin gets down there. Once again, it might not get down there. Shit. You know what I'm saying? It might not get down there. But that's kind of the first level I'm looking at. If Bitcoin is to go break out of the range and do a little something, something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Should we get a little interesting songs in here, guys? Let's see what we got rolling in here. Oh, come on. My music. Excuse me, man. Holy moly. All right. Let's play this. Oh, come on. Man, we need this. Come on. We can't be having this with the dumb music. There we go. There we go. Scalp the wick by the dip. Anderson, I like the way you think, brother. I like the way you think, man. Scalp the dip by the wick. Oh, no, the opposite. Scalp the wick by the dip. I like that one, man. I'm gonna steal that from you. I'm gonna steal that from you and say it was my own.
Rant alert.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. I'm totally not gonna do that. Totally not gonna do that, man. Oh God. Let's see. Here we go, fellas. Here we go, fellas. Let's do this, man. Give me 29K. Fill my limit order, baby. Fill that limit order. Sell me your BTC, fellas. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to BlackRock. I will take that from you. If you allow me to. We might not get down there. I think everyone and their mother wants to buy 29K. Everyone that I saw on Twitter today is like, I'm buying the dip. so it's like, will we even get down there? I don't know. I don't know, man. A lot of the guys that I follow on Twitter today, I'm buying the dip. Okay, we're all gonna buy the dip apparently. So like, let's see what happens, man. Apparently everyone's buying the dip. So how low will the dip go? You know what I mean? So we'll see, man. I feel like everyone's buying the dip. That's how I feel about the market right now. It's like the highs look bearish, right? So like we have bearish divergence and everything, but I think everyone is like, I'm buying the dip. So it's like we're in this weird spot where it's like, okay, we got the bearish dip, right? We had the ugly daily candle here, right? So that kind of looks a little shady. But I think everyone wants to buy like 28, 29K. So like, what are we going to do here? We're stuck in a little crossroads. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's an interesting point, right? It's like we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place as far as, you know, bulls want to buy the dip and bears, you know, not wanting to buy the dip. You know, whoever wants to take profits, taking profits, you know. But at the same time, we've been up here for 7 days. So, like, how many people are going to be taking profits up here now, right? So it's like, I don't know. We're in an interesting spot, man. My AVAX, ONT, and Joe bids just filled. Bath, I'm praying for you, brother. Let's get a pump song for Bath. We haven't even pumped yet. But this is our prayer to Bath. Come on, man, give me. That's the thing, man. Like, I want 29K, but everyone wants 29K. You know, like, everyone like wants that 29K level, dude. That's the funny part of the market, man. You just have to laugh. It's like, it's an interesting part of the market, man. It really is. It really is. So I'm just gonna be interested to see where this ultimately bounces. You know. I'm gonna be very, very interested. We are so back. Suck it, Bobos. Let's hope, man. Let's hope. You know what I mean? We don't know how many Bobos are out there. There could be a lot of Bobos. A lot of Bobos out there in the wild today. Come on, man. Can you fill my 29K limit order? If we don't get down there, I'm cool, man. But at the same time, I love some 29K BTC. You know, I would love that area. I might be being a little greedy. I might be being slightly greedy, But it's sometimes you get greedy to the downside, right? And then you end up not getting your order filled because you're being a little bit greedy. But we'll see. We'll see. I still think we can get down there. Still think we can get down there, but I might be being greedy though. We'll see. Bounce at 29.5 and back into the top of the range. Yeah, we probably will. I guess the one thing I'll say about the daily is we left this. So now we have this. Actually, it's probably better on the 12-hour. We have this. They left this giant wick, right? So they left this giant wick on the 12-hour time frame. We're talking. This is a 2% wick, right? So that is a giant wick that they left up there on the 12-hour, which tells me we're going to be going back up there. They're not going to let all those shorts that just got instant nuked just print all the way down, right? So to me, right, and I've sort of said this, is like dips are for buying, and especially for the fact that they left this big wick up here, which means there's a shitload of liquidity up there to take. So in my opinion, they're going to be going back up there anyways. I'm just like, listen, I haven't sold anything. I'm looking to buy more at 29K. I might not get the opportunity. If I don't, that's cool. I'm good. I don't really need it, but I would like to. You know what I mean? It's like, I just think we're at that point of the market where like everyone's trying to buy the dip. So it's going to be hard to buy the dip. Like that's the thing, right? Because I'm not kidding. When I went on Twitter today, it's like everyone has like a box at 29K and saying they're buying any dip. You know, like, so it's just it's like I said, it's an interesting point where like the technicals look slightly bearish, but at the same point, everyone wants to buy the dip. So it's, I don't know. And I'm cool with either way, right? And we've talked about the scenarios, and we got to be cool with either scenario. We're cool with a pullback. We're cool with just going straight up. And that's the pro of having multiple scenarios, right? You don't get caught off guard. You're not going to be like, oh my God, I'm panicking. Bitcoin's going to 29K. When you already prepare for that possible scenario, because we've seen it before, even in a bullish trend, you're not going to be thrown off guard, right? You're going to say, okay, this has happened before here. Okay, whatever, man. Whatever, bro. So that is where we are at. Mike said that means they're going to 32.4 to get these shorts. They're going to get these big-ass shorts. Oh, I would love more than anything for Bitcoin. Everyone, all the bears just came out 2 seconds ago. I would love nothing more than Bitcoin just to go and just take all those mofos out. I would love nothing more for the Bobos to get spanked in the ass, right? I would love for the Bobos. Where's my bear kick? I would love for the Bobos, right, to get some of this shit. Warning, shots fired. And we come, and we get Vitalik being a little clappy in this bitch. I would love nothing more than all of a sudden Vitalik to show up and... Actually, no, I'm not going to play it yet. But I would love nothing more than that. I'll hold off on the Vitalik. Oh, Lord. Bazinga said, buy my bags. Sure, man. I mean, listen, if you want to sell them at 29K, I will gladly buy your Bitcoin from you. Just let me know. If you want to do an OTC, I'll gladly buy your BTC at 29K. Just let me know, man. Hit me up. You want to hit me up in the Discord? I'll buy an OTC from you, right? But you have to give me a little bit of a discount because you love me, man. Yeah, you have to give me a little bit of a discount. Rant alert. All right? We got a deal? I think we got a deal. Man. I think we got a deal. Vitalik fudded the market. He fudded his own coin. He said, I wouldn't stake ETH. Did you guys see that? Vitalik said that. He's like, I wouldn't stake ETH. Like, who says that about their own crypto? That's like me making a burger and saying, I wouldn't eat my own burger. Like, who does that? You just love your own burger. Oh, we had the daily close a while ago, fellas. I've been over here just like ranting about shit. We had the daily close, fellas.
The daily close!
Oh! Seeing Bitcoin with a little bit of a bounce here. Basically, we came back down to the range low. This is like we say, we respect the range until the range breaks, right? So there you go. Respecting the range low so far. Once again, I guess it's a little bit early to see. But we're respecting the range low. So, will Jordan's limit order at 29K get filled, or will it not? I actually would prefer it. No, I'm gonna lie. I would prefer if it did get filled. But so we can have a party in here sooner, I would prefer it not to get filled. You know what I mean? I would prefer it not get filled. But, you know, for the meantime,
Happy and clappy.
shout out to all the longs who longed the bottom of the range. I'm on the stream, so I couldn't even take it. If I was not on stream, we wicked down and we wicked back above, I would have probably took a long right there. But I'm not on the stream. Oh, I'm on the stream, so I'm not going to do that now. But shout out to all my homies. Shout out to Bath with his altcoin longs. Shout out to all my long homies in the chat at the bottom of the range. All right. Besides that, we had the daily close, fellas. We closed at, what did we close at? No, we closed literally right at the bottom of the range. Look at that. We closed right at 29.9. There we go. So we'll see how the new daily ends up. And now we want to see, okay, Bitcoin's back at the bottom of the range, or we're just going to go back to the top of the range, right? Once again, if the range breaks, I'm looking for 29K, but we're in a range. So we'll see. I'm finna lose some money. Oh, Lord. He longed the wick. What did Anderson say? He's going to scalp the wick and buy the dip. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to freaking do. Let's go. Mike said long Sol. It's been bouncing strong. Yeah, Sol's been strong. I talked about Sol. I think you were here earlier, right, Mike? Sol and Matic, I think, are the most interesting charts at the moment to me. Sol and Matic. So Sol Bitcoin, I think, looks fantastic. Sol Bitcoin looks really good. And I think this is the best chart about Sol. Is Sol Bitcoin looks really good for multiple different reasons, right? So Sol Bitcoin has the double bottom off this sort of May 2021 low. I think that looks fantastic. And then if you go over to like Sol USD, where's Sol USD? Here we go. Sol USD, you're actually breaking trend, right? So you have this obviously all-time high downtrend coming down. You've actually peaked through this, right? For the first time in this bear market on Solana. So you got some really good signs here on Sol. And that's why I talked about a little bit earlier. It's not just because it's pumping. I think it's because the Sol BTC chart looks so good too, right? And then the other one is Matic. I think Matic is an interesting one from the standpoint of Matic BTC. Basically, if we can get if Bitcoin holds the line, right? We got to see if Bitcoin holds the line, right? Or Bitcoin holds, like, Bitcoin could still get one more dip. So I'm looking to scoop up Matic if Bitcoin gets a deeper retrace, right? So you got Matic BTC, which is in a beautiful range. We're back down at the bottom of the range. We've gotten 2 hits to the low. We've held the line on 2 hits to the low. I think Matic looks pretty interesting too. But like I said, that is if Bitcoin gets a deeper retrace. If Bitcoin doesn't get a deeper retrace, shit. Like, Matic already got a pretty nice dump today. I think this one, and Matic, and the best thing I like about Matic is Matic has so much FUD right now because the Celsius thing. And I love buying when there's FUD. I love that shit, right? So everyone's like, oh my God, Celsius has a lot of Matic. It's going to be bearish. I like buying during times like that. Because you got every retail investor thinking the same thing. Oh my God, Matic, it's going to dump. Right? So my thinking is, well, everyone's bearish on it, and the Bitcoin pair is also at support. It's probably a good time to be buying it, right? So that's my thought process on Matic as well. I think Matic's an interesting spot too. But yeah, I think Sol looks nice, man. Sol looks really, really nice. Really, really nice. Who sells their BTC for Sol? Who sells? I mean, there's a time to do that. I think there's a time to do that. Not yet, but I don't know if I would sell I wouldn't sell my BTC for Sol at the moment though. That would just be a fresh new buy. Damn, do we have bull divvies on the 1 hour? Let's see. Bull divvies on the 1 hour. Let's peep it. I mean, it depends. Like, everyone kind of looks at this differently. So I guess if you would say we have bull divvies on the 1 hour, we'd be looking at it like this. So from this low, like this. So I was looking at this morning. I was looking at this was bullish divergence this morning. It was more so on the 15-minute, but you're probably looking at like this, I'm assuming, Anderson, right? Like that. So if you want to count that as the low, yeah, you do, right? So you have lower lows, you got higher lows at the bottom of the range, right? That would be bullish divergence there, for sure. For sure. You don't have it on the 4 hour. I wish you had it on the 4 hour too. But yeah, you do have it on the 1 hour, and the 15-minute doesn't have it. But so the 1 hour has it, which is good. If you're looking at it like that, I think that's pretty nice there, right? So once again, bottom of the range. I'm sure a lot of people took some longs at the bottom of the range. It's always worth it. I think it's always worth it to take a long at the bottom of the range. It's just always worth it to do that. You might get stopped out, but what do we always like to say? Respect the range until it breaks, right? So the bottom of the range, it's always good to at least try a long, right? At the top of the range, it's probably always good to try a short. Obviously, at some point, it's going to break, and then you just get stopped out. But most of the times, when you're in a range, you're going to reject from the range high. You're gonna bounce off the range low, right? You just got to be able to know when to cut the trade if it goes the wrong way, right? So that was a good one, man. I'm sure a lot of you guys caught the long at the bottom of the range. As Bitcoin just watch tomorrow, we go back up and we're like, we're so back, baby. That's always the best, right? Watch tomorrow, Bitcoin goes. That's what you gotta love with this market. And then we go, we're just gonna go sideways for another week. That would be the worst. We go sideways for another week. Brian said we're going to the moon. Let's go, baby. Bombshell, good you're back. Didn't have anyone to listen to while I showered. What the frick? Didn't have anyone listen to while you showered? Oh my god. I didn't know it was this kind of stream. I didn't know it was this kind of stream. Holy shit. Listening to me when he showers? Holy guacamole. There's only one thing I can show when that happens to kill the vibe a little bit. We gotta kill the vibe after that one, guys. Like, we're gonna show Vitalik picking his nose. Because, like, that's what we need to do. Okay, after that, we are showing Vitalik picking his nose. There we go. Like, what the frick? At least watch me eat some fried chicken. Like, hell. Or the microwave ribs. Like, that's always going to be the joke of the stream, isn't it? The microwaved ribs. You guys are just haters that you didn't have any microwaved ribs. I think you guys are just haters. Shout out to Vitalik, by the way. The best CEO in crypto, in my opinion. I think you gotta, dude, he wears unicorn shirts, bro, and he doesn't give a flying F. He has a girlfriend, he wears unicorn shirts. He doesn't give a flying F what anyone thinks about him. You know what I'm saying? And he's got a giant freaking pickle. Like, he is rocking it, man. Rocking it. Wayne said, be back later. I gotta go shower. Oh, God. Wayne, don't be showering, too. Why is everyone showering during my stream? What the frick? Now I feel like a lot of you guys are just randomly showering and watching me. Right? It's almost as weird as, I know, based on statistics, 20% of you guys right now are on the toilet. Based on statistics. I saw that. Like 20% of people watching YouTube are on the toilet. It's like that's always my funniest stat. I'm choking on my own spit. Sorry, guys. I choke on my own spit sometimes. What fried chicken is the best? 56% of you guys said KFC is the best fried chicken. Bullish. Bullish. That makes me bullish.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
That makes me so bullish. 32% Popeyes, 13% Bojangles. So Bojangles is the worst. I never had Bojangles, so that's probably why no one voted it, because no one's had Bojangles. And everyone's had KFC. Like, you haven't lived life without KFC, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we got. Blur's getting a little bit of a move up here. Not surprised. That's kind of at like the low here. Solana, it's coming back up a little bit. Besides that, we don't really have much else going on here, it looks like. Don't really have much else going on. They don't know any better? True. True. I know Anderson loves Bojangles. Last year said truth. I usually watch on the toilet. Oh, I do too. I'm not hating. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on the... on the toilet. Like, dude, I watch probably 2 to 3 YouTube videos on the toilet every day. Right? And they would have no idea. No idea. Bath said, can someone wash my feet? Bath, just use Pepe, man. Call up Pepe. Pepe's your best boy. Just give him a call real quick and Pepe will come over and wash those stinky feet. You know what I'm saying? after you eat those freaking KFC, your feet are going to smell like ass, bro. You're going to be sweating, smelled like that fried chicken, but you're going to love it in your mouth. I'm telling you right now. You're going to love it in that mouth. But your feet are going to smell like shit, so I will stay away from your feet. I will stay away from your feet, bro. All right, so yeah, Bitcoin's holding the range low. There we go. So we're still kind of in the range, guys. Which is cool. I'm cool with it. I'm definitely cool with that, man. Like I said, accumulating at dips, right? So when they give you the opportunities to accumulate at dips, but kind of like I said earlier, man, like every one of their mothers trying to buy, like everyone that I saw today on Twitter, like every single person besides the perma bears who just likes to FUD Bitcoin lower every day, right? Besides those guys, I mean, those guys are just desperate to get Bitcoin back down to lows again so they can buy again. But besides those guys, like the people with some common sense, in my opinion, they were all looking to buy like 29K to 28.5. Like that was like the zone they were looking to scoop some up. And I would agree, like that's the best zone based off the chart, in my opinion. This zone right here, bro. You know, which it's just kind of funny, man. Like it's just funny when you have this, like where the market has this sentiment, right? Where, okay, this might look bearish, but then like there's sharks in here trying to buy this damn dip, right? There's sharks in here that have limit orders that might front run you. So everyone, like the thing is, when you have this, right? Everyone's gonna have like their limit orders set up in here. So everyone's gonna be trying to like front run each other. And I think that's the reason why the bears are having a hard time pushing this lower than 30K. Because I think everyone's kind of just like trying to front run each other in here. Where it's like, okay, I'm gonna buy at 29K. Oh no. Okay, then everyone wants to buy at 29K. I'm gonna set my limit order at 29,100. And then everyone just kind of sets it higher because everyone knows everyone's got it at 29K, so you're gonna set yours a little higher. And then the other person's gonna say, okay, I'm gonna buy up a little bit higher. Then they're gonna buy a little higher. It's interesting point right now, guys. Right? And I know it's a boring time, but it's an interesting time to see how the market reacts on any type of break of 30K. But at this point, every time we've broken below 30K, we've gotten instantly bought up. Like instantly bought up. So, should be interesting. I only poop shit. Okay. He said he only poops shit. Okay. I would be worried if you poop something else, bro. Like, if you're pooping out corn or, God forbid, other things, I don't want to know what you're pooping out, okay? But if you're only pooping shit, I think you don't got that many problems, man. Like, you're good. Like, you could be pooping out much worse things. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'll say. Oh, Lord. If everyone was trying to buy higher, we would be at 40K by now. That's not necessarily true, I don't think. Because, like, sometimes it's like this little, like, spring almost, right? Where, like, no one wants to buy here, but everyone wants to buy here. So, like, what happens is you get into this range, right? And then you're kind of just waiting for some type of narrative to push you one way because, right, so everyone wants to buy below 30K, but no one wants to buy at 32K, but eventually that's got to give, right? And usually it's some type of narrative that pushes you one way or the other, right? So I think at this point, we're kind of waiting for that narrative, in my opinion. Like, we got the ETF narrative which bounced us from 24K back to 31, right? I think at this point, we're kind of stuck in a range. And think about it, guys. Like, everyone that's in the chat right now, you guys probably want to scoop some up here, but you don't want to scoop any up here. So like I say, we're kind of stuck in this range, right? The range ends up getting like almost like a spring where it pushes you one way or the other pretty fast whenever it does decide to break. But we're just kind of stuck in that range, man, But it's not always like necessarily, oh my God, we'd be at 40K if everyone wanted to buy here. It's just that no one wants to buy here. Everyone wants to buy down here. And no one wants to, like, eventually you get to that point where no one wants to sell, right? So, like, think about it. Bitcoin's been up here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days. Big down wick today on the daily. eventually, like, you're either going to run out of people who want to sell here, or you're going to run out of people who are going to buy here, and that's when the range breaks. So the question is, do we run out of people who want to sell 31K first, or do we run out of people who want to buy 30K first? Which one breaks first? Do the sellers or the buyers break first? That's the question, right? That's the question. All I know is I'm looking to buy at 29 and 28.5. I already have orders set up over there, right? At those exact levels. If they don't go down there, I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool with it. I'll just save that for some altcoins later on, you know? But, yeah. This is kind of what we're waiting for, man. It takes a little green candle where someone buys finally, and yeah, like, okay, it's time. It's so true, man. All it takes is one green candle sometimes, where we're like, we're so back. You know, like if one giant green candle came up here, it's like, oh my god, people want to FOMO again. And then you get one big red candle, it's like, oh my god, it's over, right? I think in the chat today, right? This morning it was like, oh my god, yes, let's go. This morning, and then I come in tonight, it's like people are calling for 10K again. It's like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's okay to call for lower, but if we're calling for 10K because Bitcoin's at 30K, like, what are we doing here? You know, like, Bear's calling for the triple top. The triple top. Hey, we could. It could be, man. It could be. Oh, man. YJT said BlackRock will annihilate every stinky short at 31K. I love how you call it stinky. It's very, very stinky. Stinky shorts. Churi said, what happens when I sell 75% of my bags at 40K and it keeps going to 60K? That's the decision you got to make, right? So I think you can do two. You can have two problems with crypto. You can either sell too late or sell too early, right? So you got to kind of balance that out. Right? You don't want to sell too late, but you also don't want to sell too early, right? Because, okay, making profits is great, but if you make a 2x on a coin and then it goes up 20x, you're going to be pissed. You know what I mean? Like, so everyone will say profits is profits, but that's easy to say. But if you own something and it goes up 20x, but you sold it for a 2x, you're going to be pissed off. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, profits are profits at the end of the day, but yeah, you got to kind of balance it out, right? I think the best way you can do that is just kind of ladder it out and look for the previous top signals, right? There's been a lot of signals in the past that, you know, obviously we learned, right? There was signs that the top was in the high 60Ks twice, right? And obviously we learn over time. So like there's things that we can look at next time, right? So like the pi cycle top, right, has literally called the last three tops to the exact day. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So like this is one that we can look at. Okay, so when the pi cycle top crosses or gets close to crossing, you probably should be selling before it crosses, way before it crosses. You should be getting out of the market, right? But when this crosses, this is obviously one of them. Where the frick is the pi cycle top, man? Did they get rid of the one I like? Oh my god. Okay, here we go. This is the okay. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. The pi cycle top and the pi cycle bottom have been ridiculously accurate almost, and it's kind of like ridiculous. Like this is some voodoo shit. It's actually called the top to the day 4 times. And the bottom one called the bottom twice, and then it called the bottom in June of this time, which obviously FTX dumped you a little bit lower, but like if you bought in June, you're still very, very happy at this point, right? Like this is kind of an interesting one for like bottoms and tops. So obviously, like this is something we can look at when price goes up and it's getting close or it's starting to converge. You probably should be taking profits, right? So that's something we can look at. I think the other thing that has kind of worked in the past is just, dude, like when you start seeing meme coins run, right, and you're in that euphoria phase for the rest of the market, that's also a huge top signal. There's signs that we've seen, right? For the past where it's like good to know, like, okay, I should probably get the frick out of this market. Like, and that's after like you're already in that parabolic phase, right? Which we're not even close to a parabolic phase. Most altcoins are at their lows. You know what I mean? So that's like after you already go through your parabolic phase, which, you know, like I said, I don't think we're anywhere close to that. So I think it's not really a point of even talking about it now, but There's plenty of things that we can look at. And listen, on the way up this time, oh, dude. Right? So you guys might like me now, right? But you guys probably won't like me 12 months from now, as I'm telling you guys to take freaking profits. You know what I'm saying? Like, the newbies will hate me, right? Because they're going to be saying, oh, we're going to the moon. I'm just saying, okay, bro, just make sure you're selling. Make sure you're selling. And I hope all you guys back me up and you're like, listen, we were here in 2021. Make sure you're selling. You know, like, it's all fun and games until the bottom gets pulled out from you. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure most of you guys will be here. And you guys will be like, no, you guys will probably tell them the FOMO. FOMO, bitch! Pump my bags. Pump my bags, bro. Anyways. Oh, Bath wants to look at Monero. Of course, dude. Monero has been one of the best performers, bro. Right? So it's not like one that goes parabolic. It's not one that like goes to the freaking moon. But dude, it's been holding up really nice. And this is another one that has my favorite pattern. Say it with me, Clint. The wake off, baby. It's been whacking off, baby. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that. No, but this one's nice, man. 1, 2, 3 lows. If it pulls back, you usually see. So in this, you usually see one more pullback to support before going. And I think, obviously where Bitcoin is, I still think you can see altcoins pull back from here, which is cool, man. At the end of the day, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I mean, Monero has one of the best charts. Definitely one of the best charts. As far as just holding up in this bear market, it's been fantastic, man. I think it has maybe one more little dip in it, right? And then that sort of like last consolidation phase. But overall, I mean, it's been pretty nice. It's been pretty nice, man. It's been pretty nice. If I had to guess, I think we probably see something like this, right? Maybe a little bit of a pullback in here, consolidation, and then we kind of start working our way up like this. That's probably my guess. But yeah, Monero's been fantastic, dude. Fantastico. It's like you're not worried about Monero, man. Like, like Bitcoin takes a dump and you're like, I'm not even worried about Monero, bro. That thing is just gonna hold up. Hold up, nice. There's my guy, Clint. Oh, Lord. Besides that, I mean, we could talk about some other stuff. NASDAQ pulled back a little bit today. Got a little bit of bounce at the end of the day. We're at a key level going into tomorrow for stock markets, though. Like, the NASDAQ's at a very key level. If it breaks back above this, previous high we put in today, I think this thing's going to keep going up. But this is an important level right here, right? To sort of get through this previous low right here. You don't want to just back test this and roll over. If we get back above that low, though, I think we could actually shoot for the highs tomorrow, depending on what happens. The dollar is interesting, right? The dollar, I think, is interesting. And this is what we have to pay attention to here, because this could kind of swing the market one way or the other. The dollar is at an interesting point, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's at this downtrend of resistance now, which has gotten rejected 3 times. The question is, obviously, and it can consolidate here for a while, right? It can do this annoying thing where it stays here and eventually nukes or breaks out, right? But yeah, so the dollar's at resistance. Question is, does it nuke from here or does it finally break up to the upside? That's the question. The dollar has been a tough one. It's been a tough one to sort of judge in here, but it's at a resistance, so make sure you just keep an eye on that. I think the best thing for Bitcoin would be if this actually breaks down finally, and then Bitcoin can sort of be on a bounce. But obviously, if the dollar breaks up from here, that probably wouldn't be good for the markets. So just keep an eye on that. But it's at a critical level, man. Huge level. Like, will we finally see this break, bro? Like, it's been getting kind of tighter in here for the dollar. But key point. Nonetheless, key point nonetheless, that's for sure. When Tesla below 200, Tesla was down about 3% today, I believe. No, listen, I think Tesla's due for a pullback. I think I said that the other day. I know I had some good stuff that came out. I just think it's due for a pullback, which is fine. It doesn't mean I'm bearish on it. I still own my Tesla. Like, this shit's up freaking 170% this year. It's cool if it has a pullback, right? It's all good. And I actually don't even think Tesla goes that low. I think this gap fill right here is where I'm looking for it to go through, which is not a huge deal. I mean, that's what, 15% pullback after an 170% run. You know, that's all I'm really looking for Tesla in there. Nice little pullback to like 240, fill in this gap, right? And then we sort of make our way back up and we have some fun. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm looking at for Tesla. But the Tesla. Yeah, stocks in general, like a lot of big tech stocks have gotten some pullbacks the last like week or two, which is cool because Bitcoin's been doing well, so kind of offsets it, which is nice. Man, I'm sweaty, bro. Woo! Man. Brian said F Tesla. Why do we hate Tesla, man? There's literally nothing to hate about Tesla. Like, what do we hate about Tesla, man? Oh, Lord. I will wait Tesla at 150. 150, good luck to you. Good luck to you waiting for Tesla at 150, bro. That's all I'm saying. Oh, man. Mike said, what the hell? I stepped away for a second and now Clint's cheeks are clapping. Because we're talking about Tesla. He's so pumped. He's so pumped right now. Rudy said, I don't know, Joe. We hate Tesla cars. I mean, I get it. Like, I don't think I would ever get a Tesla. I would personally would never buy a Tesla. I don't like the look of them. And I want a car that's a little bit, you know, has a little bit of, in it, you know. If I'm going to get like an expensive car like that, right? I don't know. Some people like Teslas. I don't know. For me, it's, I think their affordable one is cool, right? And I've always said this, the fact that they beat out Toyota for that most affordable one is nice. I just don't think I would ever buy a Tesla, you know, me personally. You know, I know it's like EV and let's go, we're saving the world. You know, we're saving the world, boys. But I'm probably going to get hate from the environmentalists for that. You don't want a Tesla? You know, I'm just waiting for the Karens to come out. You don't want a Tesla? You don't want to save the environment? Oh my God. Guys, he doesn't want to save the environment. He doesn't want to save the environment. He is evil. Evil. Okay, well, you know what? Oh, he doesn't want to save the environment. Well, whatever, man. Whatever. I'm going to go smoke my cigarette. I'm just waiting for it, man. The new Prius is looking pretty fire. Is it? I know everyone likes to make fun of the Prius drivers. Actually, you know, Priuses, you know, they got a lot of hate. But if your use case for the car is just getting from point A to point A B, there's nothing wrong with the Prius, man. Like, yeah, it's not like the most exciting car. It's like, oh my God, look at the Prius, bro. That thing's rocking. But if your only objection is getting from point A to point B on as least gas as possible, just go with the Prius, man. Don't care what people think. Just go with the Prius. EVs are actually worse for the environment. Is it? I'm not going to comment on that. That's not my area of expertise. I'm not going to comment on EV cars versus gasoline cars. I know nothing about that. So I'm not even going to go down that road. Because I'm just going to start making points that don't even make any sense just because I like to do that. I'm going to start coming up with random statistics that aren't even true. Yeah, I mean, based off my projections, EV cars are 13% better for the economy, or for the environment than gas cars. The frick. Oh man! All right, so Bitcoin's holding low, guys. I'm interested. I'm very interested. Bitcoin's holding the low though. I'm not surprised. I mean, we're in a range, man. Like, so kind of the first thing I said today, just make sure we're respecting the range, right? Bitcoin's in a range, so you know, It's fine to short the highs. It's fine to long the lows of the range. If I wasn't streaming, I probably would have took a long at the lows just because we're at the freaking lows. And then, yeah, I mean, if Bitcoin goes lower, I'm looking to buy some at 29K, but I feel like everyone has that same idea. So it's like, do we get there? Who the frick knows? And I wouldn't be surprised tomorrow if Bitcoin's right back at the highs, because that seems to be what we've been doing recently is highs, lows, high lows, right? Right? We start breaking this level. Everyone's calling for 25K. We come back up here. Everyone's calling for 35K. And it's just a flip-flop every single day, right? It's kind of what it is. So we're in a range, right? I think at this point, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? It's, my idea, like I said, play the range. If we come lower, I'm looking to buy the dip. And yeah, I'm eventually still looking for those mid 40K levels at some point this year. Nothing's really changed on that standpoint. So that's what we got, fellas. Another day of range. We were hoping we were going to break the range tonight, weren't we? It doesn't look like it, man. That's the best the Bears have? Come on, man. Bears. Fill my 29K dip, bro. At least I got my spot bags. My spot bags are packed, ready to go. I'd be pissed off right now. If I was waiting for like a dip to buy, I'd be pissed the frick off right now. I'd be so pissed. I'm like, dude, what the frick? That's the dip? Come on, Bears. Like, come on. That's... Okay, you know what? Bears, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Everybody panic. We're going to zero.
Jesus, man. Like, I'm waiting for a little bit more of a dip. Check BSV. Oh, I'm sure BSV is getting a little bit of a move. BSV and Bitcoin Cash have sort of been the interesting ones. Yeah, BSV is holding up. BSV has held up like a rock. Absolute rock. It's like, I can't even explain how much of a rock it's been. It's just been a rock, bro. You even got Bitcoin Cash still going up, man. Look at how good Bitcoin Cash held up today. Like, the weekly candle looks better than Bitcoin's weekly candle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still above 283. It's still above these March lows. I still think that Bitcoin Cash is a more upside in here, which is funny, man. You know, because the funny thing is, no one wants to buy the dip on Bitcoin Cash. Everyone's like, when's Bitcoin Cash going to stop? And I've always said, Bitcoin Cash will stop pumping when everyone wants it. And everyone just hates it still. So as long as everyone hates it, it's going to continue up. Probably the same thing with Bitcoin SV. Right? So everyone hates Bitcoin SV. It's probably going to continue to run until everyone wants it. And that's also another reason why I'm actually kind of bullish on Sol, because everyone kind of hates Sol. Not that everyone hates Sol, but I think everyone has like a bad taste in their mouth from Sol because of the whole FTX and stuff like that. And that's another reason why I'm actually kind of bullish on Sol, because a lot of people don't like Solana. Right? And what I've noticed recently, and not just recently, but this whole year, is a lot of coins that run are the ones that people don't like. Right? So that's kind of that. Solana's looking not bad. I think, what was the other one we talked about today? Matic. Is Matic moving at all? Let's see. Where's Matic? Where is Matic? Where the frick is Matic, man? Where's MATIC? Oh, I have so many coins in this watch list now, dude. I gotta trim down this watch list. We got too many coins on this watch list. Yeah, Matic's just kind of chilling. But yeah, Matic and Sol are I think the next two I want to get into, just because I like their Bitcoin pairs. Their Bitcoin pairs look very, very nice. But we talked about that for a long time today, so we're not going to do that again. Everyone hates ADA, but it doesn't go up. True, besides ADA. I feel like ADA is just like that wolf that no one wants. You know what I mean? It's that wolf that no one wants. And usually coins top when everyone wants it, right? So when everyone's like, you know what? I'm finally going to buy this because it just keeps going up. I'm not going to hate it anymore. That's when it's done. That's always when it's done. Anyways, guys. All right, I'm getting off. See you guys tomorrow. Bitcoin's holding the range. Let's see, right? Same game plan. Play the range until it doesn't work. If we go lower, I'm looking to buy the dip. Ethereum, I think, is probably doing the same thing Bitcoin is, which, yeah, it just retested. You almost came right back to that bull market support band. Look at that. So we're looking for 1815. You actually wicked down to like 1820. So right before that bull market support band, right off that previous low. So we're getting a slow bounce there. Still could come into this green box. That's kind of where I'm looking for Ethereum. And then Solana and Matic. those are kind of the next two I'm looking to start accumulating. Like I said, I've already gotten Link, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, XRP, Ethereum Classic. So those are the next two. And Arbitrum. I've held some Arbitrum too. So those are the next two. And besides that, catch you guys tomorrow. Let's hope for a little bit of a bounce. Peace out, fellas. We just keep crabbing, boys. We keep crabbing. And we're going to crab until we don't crab anymore. Like that's what we got. All right. Peace out. Have a fantastic night, guys. I might get some KFC. I might not get some KFC. I'll see. I mean, I told you guys I was going to get it. So I feel kind of bad when I tell you guys I'm going to get some food and I don't get it. It's almost like I'm betraying you guys. Because then tomorrow you're going to be like, Jordan, how was your KFC? And I'm going to be like, I didn't get it. And you're going to be like, mother effer. I got KFC with you, bro. Anyways, peace out, guys. Later.